Yankees pitchers and catchers reported to spring training in Tampa, Florida today, and manager Aaron Boone held his first press conference of spring as well. It was an active offseason for the reigning American League champs, Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt, Max Fried, and Devin Williams, among the notable big-name reinforcements. But of course, the biggest absentee is Juan Soto, who's getting ready for spring training, but doing it over with the Mets. Boone acknowledges the absence will definitely be felt.
There's no running from the fact of losing a player like Juan Soto. We all saw how important he was to our club last year. And we did a lot to try and keep him here. I think everyone understands how much we wanted him back. That being said, there's a lot of ways to build a great team. And I think the moves that we've made this offseason give us that chance.
We are starting to get some details as to what went down in last week's face-to-face meeting between Aaron Rodgers and the new Jets team brass that ultimately led to the decision for the two to part ways. Blame Pat McAfee. What? Just kidding. Okay. Kind of. According to The Athletic, new Jets coach Aaron Glenn and GM Darren Muji were open to the idea of a Rodgers return, but only under certain stipulations. One of those alleged stipulations, no more weekly appearances for Rodgers on ESPN's The Pat McAfee Show. We're going to get into this in far greater detail on Sports Nation Nightly at 7 p.m. with tonight's guest, Jets beat writer Zach Rosenblatt from the aforementioned Athletic. And then our own Nelson Figueroa is down in Tampa with the Yankees at spring training. We'll check in with him. That is Sports Nation Nightly coming up at 7 o'clock right here on Pix 11.
It sounds like they don't want him to spill the tea on that show of what's really going down.
Exactly. He said a lot of controversial things every week.
I mean, I can't believe that played a role. Could, you say, you must attend mandatory practice?
Well, that's another thing. There's also the word that they are insisting that he be there for every day of training camp, which, of course, he wasn't this past season. Exactly. He was in Egypt. So we're going to start hearing more and more things, I think.
He was having the best 2 years of his life, though, so he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
So.
Quote unquote. All right, thank you, Kate.
Thanks.
After the break, it's double trouble in the